Hello, I'm Sean Bond, and this is my office. It's actually nature. Nature is my office. I love nature. Let's go for a walk. So today's show is going to be about chronic fatigue syndrome. This is a disorder that plagues a lot of humanity. So many people have chronic fatigue syndrome, and it gets in the way of people living the life they want to live, to be who they want to be, to love who they want, to enjoy life, to live their career, their travel the world, get out more. It has a lot of anxiety on people. This isn't a forever thing. It's something that can be healed. It doesn't have to be a permanent state of being at all. There's ways to solve this. People that find themselves in this situation may not even know they have it. Ways to figure out they have this is if you have very low energy, you wake up tired, you wake up with circles under your eyes, dark circles. You find it hard getting out of bed. You find it hard to make happiness, to make love, where it's hard to do anything. Low motivation, low drive, apathetic. The universe seems against you. The world seems against you. Things seem to be culminating down in depression and anxiety and stress, and not be able to have the dream you want to fill, not be living your life, not be having the motivation or drive to do anything, not to work out, not to eat right. All these seem to be falling down in a spiral. Don't lose hope. We're here for you. The universe is here for you. The world is not against you. There are things and reasons why stuff happens in causation, and it can all be tracked back and resolved. There is no unsolvable issue. No one is unhealable. Everything can find solution. If you're not dreaming well, if you're not dreaming at all, if there's nightmares, all be symptoms. If you've been through trauma, or even if trauma has not found its way into your life, and you don't know why this could be happening to you, things happen in life that are out of our control, and the solution is not to control them, to find a solution and why they exist, why they're here, why they are wanting our attention. Provide them what they need and love. This can be a bunch of different things. This can be things like energy drain, where literally the systems of your body that make up your entire being, everything is energy. Everything, including matter, is just frozen light in a slow state of motion, but it's still moving at a fractal level. Finding and tracking this energy, where it's going, where it's being used on. If it's being used to hold back, like an immune deficiency or incurring factor of viruses in the body, that could be where the energy drain is. It could be like a degeneration going on. There's being a lot of energy going towards that. It could be an entire waste of energy that's going towards and not needed, and can be switched over towards an actual beneficial usage of it. There's no permanent state of setting for your hologram, your state of being. It can all be made better. It could be going not internal. The energy you create could be going external, and that usually is suspicious. It could be being fed upon by an entity. It could be a demon or a negative force, parasitic being. All this can be resolved as well, and no need to come into fear for it. This world is full of things that we don't understand. That doesn't mean we have to be afraid of them. We are much more powerful than any of these things, and when we come into our awareness, our power of who we really are, then we'll find more and be able to solve anything that comes across our way, including parasitic mindsets, which is just a fractured state of consciousness and separation that does not see itself as you. but it can, and it can be healed. And you can be that healing trap that resolves that. If you wake up tired and energy, dark circles in your eyes, that usually will mean you're being harvested for energy while you're sleeping. Whether it be something internal doing that, keeping itself going for whatever purpose, to stay in your reality bubble, suppress you, get a permanent state of interaction with your energy and keep itself going and have what you have, because usually they don't have authority, parasitic beings. They have to steal it from other beings that do have it. And especially if you're being energy drained or targeted with chronic fatigue syndrome, if your energy is seen as valuable, it might have a lot of authority to do things, and you're not particularly using it at that time for those purposes because of the world we live in, and we're not taught we can do these things or who we are. Don't really get the option to find out unless you really, really seek it and you want to. And if you want help with that, I can. Then that will go into why we're so targeted in the category of targeted individuals, or TIs, which people can research. There's a lot of people like this. Many stories. Many of my clients go through these scenarios of being targeted for their energy because it's highly sought after based on who they are, what they can do, what they're holding up in authority and power and interaction with the universe. As you become aware of who you are, this will be interesting and make sense why something would want your energy. It can also go into a representation of meaning behind a fractured part of the consciousness, such as soul shards that are disconnected from each other and separate. Usually this happens through fracture of trauma. The soul is a fragile matrix of light that interacts with experience and programming, and can be fractured, similar to like Harry Potter with the Horcrux thing, where a devastating act such as murder will fracturize the consciousness. It will, and not in the state where you put it into objects, because that's not really smart, but like has existed as a form of dark technology, but where people have them in their being or have had them stolen. One of the abilities I have learned is how to piece the puzzle back together and help people to be one again, to be in wholeness, find who they are in their greater power and restore it to where it was and what it can be, and bring that back to the world, as well as anything that's forced and tangled with them, and bringing that wholeness and healing and love. Stolen light can go into that, with that being's light not shining quite as brightly as it could be, and restoring that to the balance, and the sun that shines within themselves brightly in love and joy and who they want to be. It can also mean especially when you're waking up tired, that there's a dramatic dream world and it needs your attention, and there's something going on. It might be in your environment, what you had an experience, when it started happening in your timeline, who you are in spirit, if that's a bleed over, or even your DNA lineage, and many factors to that beyond that. And we can go into resolving all of those. Energy generators of the body, there are many. There are a lot of energy generators, and all these can be brought to a better state of healing within the individual. Such as organs. They produce energy, the mitochondria. The mitochondria produces energy, the DNA, the cells, how we intake food and its absorption process that goes into our energy, the chemistry of our body, the hormones, that is a big part of it. Energy system itself, that needs to be in flow, such as the chakras and the meridians and the balancing state of our electromagnetic field, our aura, our shielding, our bubble of reality, who we are, that going into a lot of it. They're also having to do with what spirits are around you as you look into the spirit world and see what's there and feel, because we are all sensitive in some way. Other people don't need to believe. They can have like pain show up, or anxiety, or formations of illnesses, and that be spirit still calling down to mind, to emotions, to physicality, with an expression of pay attention. Something wants you to look at it, to make it better, to keep it from getting worse. There are also energy harvesting systems on this planet that also need to be taken note of, because they're quite prevalent. It's quite a problem really everyone faces, where they have to become immune to all these systems that want their energy and to perpetuate themselves in a negative state of separation consciousness, as we resolve them with each of our universes going forth into the future. And I salute you all for doing that. And disconnecting from that energy harvesting system, that farm that seeks to steal power from us, that which it does not earn itself, that has lost the right based on its behavior. Then also going to the chronic fatigue syndrome, people can literally just be haunted and something be stealing their energy, and they need to resolve that. So it's calling you to do that, because science will fail you. They'll almost see nothing wrong with you. They'll just find symptoms and keep labeling those, putting you into fear, medications, and getting you into a way that they can make money off you and not really solve anything. And it keep going and going. It's like, well, maybe it's this, maybe it's this, maybe it's this. It's like, I don't know what to tell you. And then they just say things like it's the person's, there's nothing wrong with the person, or they're making up, or it's delusional, or something else. Then they also going into your hologram of light, on which it's not working as well as it could be, and it needs functionality and purity to come back to where it was and release what's going on in it, maintaining itself. Energy accumulation skills will also help. I can also educate people in what, how, and where to get these, and what they are and how they work, and the best way to have them work. There are many on the planet. Many people have made different ones that have worked, so there's a lot of different belief that goes into it. And the focus is the feeling, the visualization. All of this can be worked into, like skills such as Qigong, which you can bring in energy from the universe and use it to unite with you. Hopefully not in a vampiric way, because that's also a negative thing to look out for. If your body's being programmed in a haunted scenario, it will parasite energy from the environment, usually not going towards your benefit, but like being harvesting off you, and then your system being used for that. So that can be resolved as well and healed. So you get out of a state of parasitic being, and you make your own energy, and you're able to accumulate it for betterment as a whole of consciousness of the universe. Thank you for clicking on this video. Like, share, and subscribe for more content. Honored to be working with you all. Thank you. Please spread this video to those that you know that are suffering from lack of energy, chronic fatigue syndrome, and any other title that they may be accumulating to that, where they don't have the energy to do what they love to do or what they want to do, or their focus, their drive to sustain themselves in high thriving and get out of survival mode. Thank you very much. Love you. And contact me if you need help with this. I can very much help you. I have suffered with it as well until it got me to the point where I had to figure out what was going on and then resolve it. And I can help you do the same. Thank you for watching this video. If you'd like to see more content like this, please show your love and subscribe to this channel for more content. Click that like button and share this video. The more people I see watching, the more I know what content people like. The more motivation I have to film and create. Mostly I'm doing this by myself, so the extra little push will definitely get me into action. And blast that notification bell to get the latest alerts on release. Comment your questions and possible future show ideas, what you think, below. I may end up answering those questions in the next show. Links are in the description if you want to contact me for more info, possible consultations, distant healing, massage, DNA programming, past life readings, and much, much more, as well as the services demonstrated in this video. Go to the psionicleague.com if you are interested in joining the league. love you all so very much. Thank you for all your support.
With